I recently collaborated with my friend Travis Gilbert of Curious Tangents on a video of how videos manipulate us, and it got me thinking, why don't we teach more film and video literacy in public schools? I think we should, and in today's video I'll explain why. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I help you understand, unlock, and unleash the power of online videos, so if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Quick disclaimer, I am a 20-something Canadian living in and having grown up in a middle-class suburb north of Toronto with a well-funded public education system. Also, almost all the media that I consume is within the Anglo sphere, and I'll be speaking to my perspectives and experiences. I'll also be mainly just talking about the Western world, specifically North America. But now that we have that out of the way, we all know that films and videos can be used to manipulate us, to communicate a message, and also to be used as art. The same can be said of the written word. So why are we teaching one art form and one medium of communication while neglecting another? We teach how to break down literary devices in novels, but not how to break down filmmaking techniques in films and videos? Why? It's great that we teach kids how to read and interpret literature and how to write essays because they might encounter those scenarios, especially the reading part. And it's really good that we're teaching them the various literary devices used in various fictional and non-fiction texts to teach them how to really understand what the texts are trying to say. But how many of you have picked up a novel in the past month? Maybe a couple of you bookworms. How many of you have written an essay in the past month? Maybe students or people whose job it is to write letters or articles of text for communication? Now, how many of you have watched a video in the past day? Trick question, obviously, because you're watching one right now. So we watch a lot of films and videos. Big whoop. Why does that mean that we should teach kids to understand and break down video content? Well, I think it's important that we teach ourselves the techniques and methods of film and video making for the same reason I think we should continue to teach people how to read and write analytically. It will allow us to determine if what we're consuming is reasonable, as well as how to communicate our response to it. Now, the first instances of motion pictures premiered in the 1800s. Before that, if you want to know what was going on, you either had to know how to read or go hear from someone who did know how to read. Fortunately, literacy rates increased in the 1800s as governments began educating their youth. Obviously, there was a lot of racial and gender and socioeconomic imbalances, as well as other issues in education, but literacy rates nonetheless increased. Suddenly, more people were able to read newspapers and novels that were coming off these things called the printing press, invented a few centuries back, and could interpret the same writing and information that elites could. But when motion pictures started to become popular in the 1900s and television entered more homes, the equivalent education was not generally rolled out in school curricula. Yes, they used films and videos to teach things, but they didn't teach the filmmaking and techniques used in those same films and videos. Written works can employ a whole host of literary devices, and I think it's important that we keep teaching them the art form. However, filmmaking is not one art form, it's many. It's composition, it's lighting, it's editing, it's writing, it's production design, it's sound design, all of these things. And if we're not aware of the different techniques and art forms of motion pictures, we could be missing out on the appreciation for those other artists. And more importantly, we can be swayed to feel a certain way or think a certain way without even knowing why. Okay, so it's important. Why can't people learn this on their own or just learn this through the internet? Well, lots of people are, and I think it's great that the different film and video techniques are being appreciated and analyzed more. But more can be done. Just as schools in North America are beginning to teach kids financial literacy and basics of computer science and programming, they can, and I believe should, implement more video literacy in the curricula. You might ask, well, isn't it potentially problematic to teach kids about ways of video manipulation without coloring their view of the media at large too? Sure, that is a risk, and I think it's a risk when you're teaching things like regular literacy as well. It's important that you don't teach kids to be completely cynical about every film or video out there, but just like how you can teach them how to break down the works of Ayn Rand or Harper Lee from a more objective, analytical approach, you can do the same with films and videos. Now, I must say that I think it's great that people are now more learning about how to think more analytically about the media that they consume, and I know that implementing these changes won't be as easy or as without obstacles as I'm saying, because I don't know how to run an education system, but I think we're doing our future a disservice by not educating ourselves on how to understand and analyze what people are trying to say and how they're trying to say it, whether through written text or video or otherwise. But definitely through video because, like I said before, we consume so much of it. But that's just my opinions and my thoughts. I would love to hear what you guys have to say and what you guys think of this topic. Also, let me know your experiences with learning about film and video literacy. Tell me all about that in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to hit like. And if you want to check out another video, be sure to click right over here. But apart from that, I will then see you guys in the next video. Take care.